Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet,
Yeah.
we're doing it. Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of the 12-week nutrition program that Cam's running through with myself as his nutrition coach here at 346 Grit CrossFit. We have this podcast through Grit Daily Dose, as well as Cam's got his own podcast series, own podcast channel that you're trying
it's
to
my
build.
personal brand.
Personal brand.
That's what we're calling it.
He's like promoting himself.
I'm an
No
influencer.
idea, his self-image. Projecting yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
I put out things that I think people want to see.
I'm trying to sound smart and it's not working.
It's okay. We got enough nerd talk that in the future that we can look forward to. So.
All right. So for this episode, we are 3 weeks into Cam's program, and kind of reviewing of where he's at, what things are going well, what things didn't go so well this last week, and the things we can improve on moving forward. So to recap, you're down 4 pounds. Fantastic. You weighed in at 236.6 when I think your initial weigh-in was just over 240, right? So we're right around 4 pounds of total weight loss, and you're down 4 inches.
4 inches in my waist, which is really nice. My muscles are feeling a lot fuller, which is nice. They're bouncing back to normal, which is nice. Feels good.
Some other notes that we had for our kind of for his
consult,
or check-in. Meal prep is going fantastic.
Yep.
You're making sure that you and Sarah are getting, you're meal prepping like 20 meals for something like that?
So 16 meals, at a time.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then you got your grocery store visit this last week. If you guys didn't know, Cam has 2 days a week that he meal preps. I believe it's Tuesdays?
It is Sundays and Fridays.
Sundays and Fridays that you meal prep Thursdays and Sundays. You grocery shop Fridays. That's what we have.
Okay, well, last week I did Friday.
That's right. As long as he's getting it done, that's what we really want to focus on. So that's awesome to hear that you're getting those taken care of. And then areas to work on, you mentioned that you wanted to get more consistent in your training.
Yeah, I'm not coming into the gym every day. The kids, every day that I want to, the kids are still making it really hard for sleep and stuff. And so coming into the gym when you're completely exhausted, running on 4, maybe less hours of sleep, it's not good for you. No, it's really not.
No.
So that's been something that I've been working on improving. So yeah, my consistency in the gym, I want to come in at least 4, hopefully 5 days a week. I think I'm coming in like 3 days, and so doing what I can.
All right. Yes, exactly. As long as you're doing something is obviously better than nothing. But as we keep working towards the actual the stimulus or the goal that we want for your consistency and your training volume. And the one thing that we wanted to focus on that you said that kind of was a trigger for you recently, but it's your cravings at night.
Yes. So waking up with the kids, I take casein at night, which, if you don't know, is a slow digesting protein that I have at night. That it keeps your metabolism going, basically. And so when I wake up real hungry because my body's been recovering from everything. It's been digesting everything. So I wake up starving to take care of the kids. And that's been an issue. That's been keeping me up sometimes at night. So just getting a quick snack in would be ideal, either through meal prep or finding a good protein bar.
Okay, yeah. If there's anything I can help with regards to that, I know some really good sources, like natural sources. There's some dairy products out there that are a little slower digesting. Like cottage cheese is a fantastic one. Not everyone wants to eat cottage cheese at night or just by itself, but I don't know. Cottage cheese and fruit. Some people throw it off, but
I used to have cut a cantaloupe in half, scoop it out, use that as your bowl.
Yeah,
I used to do that. Yeah, that's really good.
That's a good source. But then you do your casing pudding, which that's another. Oh, that's good. Those are good.
Yeah, you get real into the casing pudding. It's, you and your freaking creamy that you got. Super.
Yeah,
super
so we got
jealous of.
Well, it's like there's the casing pudding you can make, but then if you take something like cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, and you put it in the creamy container. Now we're getting off topic, But you put it in a container, and then you put like a Premier protein shake or Fairlife protein shake
yeah.
over top of that, and then you mix it all up, and then you put it in the freezer, let it freeze overnight. Yep, like that. And then you bring it back out the next day, next evening, and then you put it in. Dude, it's what did we try last night? We tried, is it Pure Protein? I think the brand Pure Protein has their own shakes, but they had a root beer float flavored protein shake. Yeah,
That's weird.
You'd think that, but it's really good. And so we put 2 of them in, froze it, added a little bit of the extra Fairlife milk to it, and then last night, it was good.
Huh.
It was really good. My wife put a little bit like root beer extract, because you can buy that from the store.
Oh my God.
Now that was a little over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't use chocolate protein.
No.
Vanilla?
No, it's vanilla.
Okay,
Yeah. Vanilla. Yeah.
I was.
No, it would not have gone well.
I was gonna say at Costco you can get the vanilla ice cream. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I see. I just do chocolate casing water.
That's totally fine.
I just eat it right then and there. I don't have to wait overnight or anything like that. But anyway, so yes.
So yes, casein protein.
Or
that he does at night.
for me, recently I got those. I found out those clean bars that Chauncey and Randy brought in.
Yeah.
$20 for 24 of them at Costco.
That's good.
So that's pretty darn good.
very
so
good.
clean bars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the thing that I need to figure out, and then obviously adjust macros for the rest of the day from there. Question for you, I guess, when it comes to that, adjusting macros with like nighttime meals.
Yeah.
Do you adjust? Would you adjust if it was in your plan the day before or the day after?
It really depends. It's what are you going to count it towards? If you're waking up at like 2 a.m. or 1:30, whatever it may be, to deal with the kids, feel it out. Like are you planning? Are you prepping this ahead, or are you just having it on the spot?
Mm-hmm.
If you're having it on the spot, eat your day as you had before. But if you're waking up and I'm hungry and I need to make something, then just know what you're going to go to and plan it for the next day.
Okay, roll it into the next day.
Unless you're like, I know I'm probably going to wake up and I'm going to plan out my day according having this expectation and leaving calories at the end of the day, so that when I do wake up, not if, but when I do,
Yeah, because it's
I'm going to have something.
Sweet.
It just depends. And then when you do that, be consistent with it.
Cool.
And so with that, moving forward,
Yeah.
is there anything you want to implement new?
Nope,
like
just
things
probably have some of those on hand, and
Okay.
then probably go as needed, which it's almost every single night right now. So probably plan it right into my meal prep. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, so the big focus for Cam moving forward is going to be making sure he is
Coming to the
working on
gym.
consistency in his training, making sure that we're focused on his nutrition, for fueling for performance, and energy and weight loss. That's
Perfect.
a big picture with his nutrition right now, which is kind of nice when we're talking about cravings and how to overcome those. That kind of rolls into the topic of today.
Look at that.
Of overcoming cravings and a little bit more of the mindful eating. Now, you've actually kind of steered a little bit away as we look a little bit more into like this last week, that you kind of steered away from always tracking.
Yes.
And I love that. I love that fact that Cam's doing that, because now it shows me that he's still making progress, yet we're not relying on tracking macros all the time.
And that definitely, the meal prepping and having a relatively, this is what I eat, does help out a lot.
Yes.
And granted, we've talked about it in the past of being 80% compliant with your stuff. So if you go in and you have like a dinner that's abnormal, as long as you have that mindful eating, you're going to stay within that margin of error.
Yep.
But anyway.
No,
Sorry to interrupt.
So when we get into, cravings and mindful eatings, I wanted to take time a little bit to talk about 3 main tips that I had for people, and then with tip 2 being a little bit more expansive, of kind of acronym. Is that what it is? Or it's like the pause?
Oh, yeah, acronym. Yeah.
Big words mess with
You're in the
me.
military. You should know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Acronym's too big of a word.
Yeah, it's Coast Guard, remember? Some of these tips just being super simple, but they can really help you when it comes to cravings and relying more on mindful eating. So, number one, real easy, is establish a regular eating routine.
Oh, look at that.
You talked about meal prepping and making sure that you're consistent and you have a routine with that. That way you're not always having to track, because it can get really monotonous and it steers a lot of people away from tracking or being consistent with their goals when they have to do, or they feel like they have to do this tracking every single day. Help yourself out by doing things like meal prepping, which is just strategic leftovers. You don't have to go through all the rigmarole of, weighing everything, little thing out. Do a cup of rice and a cup of veggies and a cup of meat, whatever it may be. Just portion stuff out, be consistent with it, and don't rely so much on the numbers. But establish a regular routine that will help with consistency, and it'll be a little more easier for yourself when it comes to the accountability aspect of it.
My absolute favorite YouTuber, I talk about him all the time, Craig Ritchie, Hustle Made, big CrossFit guy. And he is one of the leanest, most athletic people that I like. He is crazy. He's into bodybuilding, weightlifting. I mean, he holds the British record right now for snatch and clean and jerk, if I'm not mistaken, in his weight class. Yeah, right? And he's shredded. He just put out a video saying, I haven't tracked in years. He uses, guess what, the plate method. He was like, pile up with vegetables, have a decent amount of carbs, like know your carbs, but then fist of protein. He's like, there you go. I was like, oh my God, EJ would be so happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, for him, it's a little different when he's to that extent.
Years of doing this and knowing what's going on. Yes.
So having the baseline of tracking, getting an idea of what portions look like I'm tracking a cup of protein, a cup of rice. I'm going to track that of staples that you're going to have, that you're going to have on a regular basis, because we as humans are creatures of habits. So having that staple and that foundation allows you to eventually steer away. It's like, oh, I already know what's in this cup of rice, or wherever you may go, that you know what a cup of rice looks like on a plate. That if you go to a restaurant, you can assume cup of steamed rice. Oh, okay, this is about what I need, about how much I'm used to having. So, anything else to add? Tip one?
Nope, perfect.
All right, tip two, asking yourself why we want to eat when we do have these cravings. And this is where we get into that pause method that really stands for kind of like action we want to take throughout it. So P being pause. Oh, weird. That's
an acronym odd. Within an acronym.
So pause between the urge to eat and actually eating. Take a few minutes and just think about what's going on right now. Easier said than done.
Sure. Yeah.
Because when we're hungry, we just want to fix the problem now.
Yes, but I mean, it also goes to, though, people like me who eat their entire meal, no matter what it is, basically within 5 minutes. The body, what is it? The body takes 20 minutes to figure out if it's.
It can, yeah.
If I eat an entire pizza in 5 minutes, 15 minutes later, my body's going to be like, oh, you messed up, bro.
Yeah.
and that you ate way too much. So if you slow it down, if you pause, then you might just learn, oh, I'm not actually.
And then that gets into the second part, the A, the assess if you're actually hungry. Are you hungry or are you just bored? And within that assessment, that's like a perfect example of last night. Had dinner, still felt hungry. So kind of to assess where I was at, I obviously waited, like you just talked about, but also I drank some carbonated water just to maybe help myself feel a little fuller and allows myself to assess. And then really realize, okay, that meal didn't really fill me up. I need to go get something else.
And it is surprising how much hunger can be solved by just hydrating.
Yes.
It is very
Yes.
surprising.
Yeah, I came to find out I was pretty dehydrated.
Oh, really?
More than I realized.
Well, look
I
at that.
downed quite a bit of water.
Okay.
All right, and then next part is the you. Understanding what's triggering you to want food, or if you're not actually hungry, are these thoughts, feelings, unmet needs, or emotions, such as loneliness, anger. We're essentially attaching emotions to the cravings, which a lot of people have gone through. A lot of people find comfort in food.
Oh yeah. Comfort eating. It's literally a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comfort food. Yeah. Emotions attached to eating or specific foods. There's a reason, like, we sometimes do, like, you're upset that you just want to go have something that makes you feel good.
Reese's Pieces.
Yep,
Well,
which might
Reese's
not be
peanut
the
butter cup,
best options for you, but it makes you feel better. The whole idea of, like, cold day, not feeling great, you just want to cuddle up with, like, a pint of Ben & Jerry's or whatever it may be, and just relax.
Healthy alternative, Halo Top.
Yes. Yeah, seriously. Or creamy.
Or the creamy.
Or the creamy.
Yeah.
But then you got to wait for those. You got to make it, then you got to let it freeze.
And the funny thing is about the pause and understanding why you're doing it. It can create, if you're not good about it, it can create a really negative mental spiral, especially if you're trying to do these health challenges. We went to the sober party for Olivia the other day, one of our gym members, and they had those little tiny donuts from the new food carts, and they're like, "Here, they're tiny. They're tiny, itty bitty tiny things." And I had a great workout that day, and they're like, "Here, have a donut." I was like, "No, I can't," because I knew if I ate that little tiny donut, I'd be sad. I'd love the donut, but I'd be unhappy that I messed up my day.
Did that to you, yeah.
But it always reminds me of Austin Powers at the end of number 2. I'm unhappy because I eat, and I eat because I'm unhappy. It's a vicious cycle, guys. It's a real thing, though.
Absolutely.
Anyway, sorry, I'm derailing even more. So,
No, you're good.
yeah,
You're good.
Be careful with that. Allow yourself some grace. 80%.
Yep.
Have your indulgence.
Yep.
Every so often, and then reevaluate. Get right back on track. So, S.
S is kind of plays into understanding your feelings or attaching the feelings. So sit with these feelings and see if they'll dissipate with time. Again, hydrating yourself. See if this feeling of hunger will subside, and see if time will actually satisfy the true need. And then
Time heals all wounds.
Exactly. And actually, at that same time, you can plan for possible triggers that would set you off to want to eat.
And try to replace the habit.
Yep. Yep. Feeling hungry, then I'm going to go for a walk around my cul-de-sac or my neighborhood or whatever. And the last one is evaluate what works. You want to repeat when you are successful. So if you found something during this whole, pause series that works to help satisfy that hunger feeling or that craving that isn't food, use it again, and then maybe try some other things to see if those work too. If they don't, okay. Also, I want to let you guys know that if you are still feeling hungry, it's okay to eat.
It's okay to eat. It's okay to eat.
It's okay. Just being mindful when you are going in to choose a snack that you're choosing, if it's something sweet, that you're choosing hopefully fresh fruits, apples, pineapple. I love pineapple. I could eat a whole.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Do you know that pineapple's literally trying to kill you?
That's okay. Hasn't yet. There's so many other things that are trying to kill me every day.
It's literally they're designed. They have spikes. Every bit of fiber is a spike in pineapple, and it's some people get that tingly mouth feeling. It's because pineapple's literally trying to kill you.
Bring it on.
It's awesome.
Bring it on, pineapple. I've killed a multitude of your family. and
It's a massacre.
consumed them all. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, tip 3. Once you guys evaluated what works, this kind of played into kind of what I just talked about. Tip 3 is get up and move. Do something to get your mind off food, whether it's tinkering or crafting. It can be video games or working on projects. I don't know, what's something that for you that gets your mind off of feeling hungry or
Stupidly, I watch food videos.
fair enough.
Yeah,
I used to do that a lot.
I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna make that. Ooh, I'm gonna make that.
I kind of sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not getting my mind off food, but it's getting my mind off the craving.
Yeah.
It's like putting a plan in place. Like I
To
will.
satisfy that craving.
Yeah.
Literally, my plan, like to satisfy my craving, I plan out satisfying my craving.
Okay. I get that. I get
I
that.
never end up doing it, which is probably a good thing.
But it's a distraction.
It's a distraction from it.
And then
yeah.
eventually you get that point where it's like, not at that point you're sitting
Yeah.
with that feeling, and it dissipates because you distracted yourself.
Well, and I'm doom scrolling through it, and I'm like, oh, look at the time.
Yeah.
It's time to eat.
No, weird. Again, this can also be what I talked about, walking around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, if you have like some sort of cardio equipment out in your garage, whatever it may be, you
Dust
can
it
do that
off
too.
and use it.
Yep. Yeah, dust it off and use it. Those are the main 3 tips I have for you guys. Establish a regular eating routine. That's probably the most important one. But obviously when, not if, but when these cravings do happen, going through this pause method, taking the time to reflect, sit, evaluate what you're going through. Are you trying to attach emotions to these feelings of, I guess attaching emotions to these cravings, not the feelings, because feelings are emotions. And then evaluate what will work for you to satisfy that, and then continue that. And then obviously it never hurts to just get up and move or do something or talk.
Or even having a healthy contingency snack.
Yeah. We
Healthy contingency snack. We talked about that a little bit, but that's totally okay.
Yep.
It is okay to have something as long as it's not too much and it's healthy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't go for the Oreos.
Nope.
Don't be like my wife. I love you.
Gosh. Yep. I'm not going to vote on
Not
that.
touching that one. She's not going to watch this. It's okay.
She's going to end up popping up right behind me or something.
I heard what you said.
I'm a good boy.
All right, you guys. Yeah, is that
That's pretty much all we have for you guys today. Yeah.
Go to the
You
order.
want to close
Cool.
it out today?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free, comment down below. Ask EJ, reach out. Our Instagram handles are down below. You can reach out to 346 Grit Nutrition. And yeah, if you like what you see, follow along, subscribe, share all the things. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys.
See you there.